2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, they're hoping to take a step into that upper echelon. A road win here would certainly be a step in the right direction. So many teams playing at a faster pace nowadays. Tonight, though, Kenny, we see lots of half-court sets.
Yeah, because it takes craft to run an offense in the half-court. You just can't run up and down and jack shots up. This is winning time, half-court basketball. And you find the matchups and you exploit them, Ernie.
And you have to remain patient. You have to remember, Ernie, it's chess, not checkers.
What were you better at, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Have you played chess?
Never.
King me.
That's checkers.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
That's chess.
Yeah. It's just checking. Make sure you knew.
Checking, get it?
No.
Checkmate, checking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel very stupid. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Thrilled to be back in Orlando. The Magic ready for that home court advantage. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
It's been a nice, clean game, huh?
And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Martin and Millsap at the small and power forward spots. Murray and Harris, the guards. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. As the season gets longer, so does the injury list. And Clark, you've taken a look at how you stay healthy, what these athletes have got to do, changes from era to era, but what precautions do teams take right now to ensure their players are at their very healthiest?
Well, I think it's all about preventative maintenance and really good training and medical staffs, and most of those in the NBA are excellent. Do a good job of the preseason work, the conditioning work, the customizing of routines of weightlifting and recovery for each player. And then it's a matter of the player following the protocols and his particular program so that you fight off injury And if you do get injured, it typically isn't, you're not out for extended periods of time. So, and then the emphasis on rest cannot be overstated. Teams are doing a much better job at managing the bodies of their players.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we were able to talk with Steve Clifford. They won the first game against this team, but he is not taking anything for granted. He wants his players to be even more assertive offensively this time. He said, I think we can dictate things a little more. Maybe force those guys into defensive matchups they dislike. Find points that way. Well, we'll see if they can do that and go up 2-0 tonight. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Yeah, I echo that, Greg. I mean, if they come out here as the aggressors and really get after it, I think it'll make things that much easier on them defensively.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Murray's got his first points of the game.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all three from the field.
Augustine against Murray. Here's Vucevic. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged a bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside.
Orlando, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Augustine. And it's Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And, you know, last year the Nuggets, really incredible offensive production. Top 10 in points and assists, and had the 6th best offensive rating in the league.
All free throws good from Barton. And Clark, talking about the Nuggets, this is a roster that's built to put up points.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, Kevin. I mean, we love talking defense and this other stuff, but the game is about putting the ball in the basket. And when you've got shooters and a bunch of them who share the ball, that's a fun team to watch.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Back to Murray. It's stolen by Vucevic. Got a piece of it. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Houston. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Nuggets, they had some high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustrated with their level of play thus far. But they certainly have the pieces to be a factor in this race.
Now, here's Fournier. His last outing, he had 8 points. And it's Vucevic missing. Down low. He can't get it to go. The Magic go the other way with it. Outside Fournier. Magic moving the ball around. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Jokic passes to Murray. Down low, here's Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
And I think this is where Millsap is most effective. Close to the rim, he has a commanding presence.
Augustine looking around. Here's Gordon. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And although Gordon had never won a dunk contest, there's no doubt that he is one of the league's most lethal artists in the air.
Yeah, he really is. Creative, great bounce and strength. Was recorded at the combine with a 39-inch vertical. I think he gets off the floor much higher than that at times. He's got great power and a good frame. You know, if you see Gordon coming down the lane with a step, you better run for cover if you don't want to be posterized.
That free throw, no good.
You know, last season, Aaron Gordon really flourished in a more wide-open offense, taking advantage of his uber athleticism. But he also put a lot of work into his jumper, and that showed. Helped him make the jump into a top option for an offense.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Bamba is checked in for Isaac. Ross comes in for Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. And the second free throw, good. And for Gordon, all the focus he gave to improving his shot gave him the confidence he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And confidence so big in this league. I mean, it's the difference between good to great or average to good. I mean, when he believes in his shot, he's lethal offensively. It just opens up the floor for him and his teammates and allows him to create mismatches the way he's shooting it now.
Now here's Millsap. Jaron Grant missing his last shot. Thomas finds Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Millsap's got 5.
And, you know, you see the improvement. Millsap has established himself as a decent three-point shooter now. He has the range.
Fades and shoots. And that one hits back iron.
He's still fighting it. And sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team. Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score.
The Magic trail by 5. Ross on the wing. Inside. Here's Gordon. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Murray, no good. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Cam Birch comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Gordon. Denver also making some changes. Lyles checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Grant. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Plumlee with some nice D.
And that's solid defense, rock solid, contesting without fouling. Well done.
Grant against Morris. And there's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Ross, that's good.
Oh, the speed of T. Ross. Really something to see in the open court.
Denver in the lead. Morris looking over the floor. Thomas outside. And Bamba pulls it down.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Here's Thomas. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Thomas goes in, misses from close range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
It's good. And now a 3-point Magic lead.
A smart, decisive pass inside there. He really made it easy for his teammate.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it. Grant gets a wide open look. Here's Birch. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. To the middle, stolen by Bamba. It's stolen by Wiles. Denver passing it around. Morris. And nothing is falling for him right now. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Heat. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far. And, you know, last season the Magic fell short of their goals, dealt with a lot of injuries, and just had a lot of holes in their roster, too. What was an uphill battle to begin with became really an impossible one.
Now here's Fultz. 9-point game his last outing over Morris. And there's Fultz on the assist from Ross. And the Magic lead by 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Denver calls timeout. And as you said, the Magic last season dealt with numerous injuries.
Yeah, you know, the fact of the matter, Kevin, is the Magic just didn't have enough talent to compete either, in spite of the injuries. Rebounding the ball was an issue, and they didn't have any area of the game that they were really great in.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Thomas kicks to Morris. Pass to Wiles. Can they get it? First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Grant the pass to Bamba. Dishes it to Fultz. Over Morris. Fultz, no good. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 3 assists tonight.
Yes, you do. That pass on point on time. Thomas good at putting his teammates in the position to score.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe, and for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Now let's step back and have a look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. Number 5, the Nuggets.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Pass to Fultz. At the elbow, it's Bamba. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
This Denver Nuggets team was really superb offensively. 6 in the league in points, and they did it with a fun style to watch.
And that one falls for Bamba. And watching the Nuggets last year, really one of the most entertaining teams in the league.
Well, the faster pace, I think, a big part of that, Kevin, especially around mid-year when they really committed to playing faster. They've got a lot of young, exciting players, which leads to exciting plays, and that's really what the fans like to see.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
Now, here's Thomas. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That is his first foul of the game. Now Wiles. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Morris. Rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Fultz. Birch. It's good on the putback.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Grant against Thomas. Now the pass to Wiles. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Some solid defense from Grant.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Fultz, no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Fultz following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Here's Bamba. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. And the Magic lead by 6.
And you see Bamba on the offensive end. Very raw, but has potential, particularly from this range.
Now, here's Thomas. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shots good by Lyles.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Magic leading by 4. It's stolen by Lyles. Here's Morris. And Denver again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's the Magic with the ball after the Nuggets pick up 2. And here's Fultz. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Boy, for a young guy, Fultz is really a smart player. Takes on the pick and roll with confidence and poise. Man, outstanding work.
Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Lyles. From down in the low post, it goes. Lyles got 6.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists. Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing. Greg, you know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game. And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
Fultz kicks to Ross. Plumlee with the steal. Morris inside. Guarded by Fultz. Morris, no good. Passes it to Ross. Here's the 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Magic up by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Orlando.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
You know, guys, Nikola Vucevic is a very skilled big man out of USC. He rebounds well, scores it from inside, and has a nice touch. He's got a really well-rounded offensive game as a center. Even added a 3-ball to his repertoire recently to further stretch out interior defenses.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Augustine against Murray. Augustine dishes to Fournier. Fires the three.
I'd like to see Barton be more consistent on this end. He has the height and length needed to challenge shots.
Isaac kicks to Vucevic. Back to Isaac. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. The shot's good from Fournier. And with Vucevic, he's an established scorer, but also a very unselfish player.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, too. A big guy with nice mobility, excellent hands, passes well for his position, works inside out. And as he continues to mature, I think you could see Vucevic leaning more and more on his ability to set others up out of the post rather than just looking for his own shot.
4 on the shot clock. The Nuggets with another miss.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Now here's Fournier following the miss by Paul Millsap. Over Harris. Fournier's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game. Denver calls timeout. There's something timeless about a star tandem, Clark. Jordan and Pippen, Kobe and Shaq, Steph and KD. What's needed for guys at that level to play together and coexist?
I think the biggest thing is an appreciation and respect for one another. I mean, that to me is the beginning point of coexisting at a high level, because you're going to have some friction, you're going to have some disagreements, but all of that can be put to the side when there's great appreciation and respect for each other and a real focus on what we're trying to get done. You get that in place, then the talent will rise to the very top.
They get it back, and Jokic slams it in.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
Here is Augustine. 5 points in the game. Poked loose. Jokic with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Barton finds Jokic. Back to Barton. Pass to Millsap. Stolen by Gordon. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Vucevic. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
Murray against Augustine. And it's Murray penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Vucevic.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a 2-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw good, Murray.
Well, he was the 6th pick in the draft not too long ago, Jamal Murray, and started slowly, which can happen for a lot of young guys. Shooting percentages were down, turnovers up, but everybody knew he could still shoot.
And so Murray nails both of them. And Clark discussing Murray, this is a guy with truly deep range.
Yeah, in the gym range, Kevin, and his shooting motion stays consistent no matter where he shoots the ball from. I think his best trait, shooting the ball, is one that every team craves.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Right wing. Barton kicks to Millsap. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Barton.
Millsap, this time with the catch and fire, showing off his versatility.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And the pass to Gordon. Back to Augustine. Clock at 6. Harris against Fournier. Over Harris. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter.
It's simple, but I like how Fournier squares up before shooting. I mean, his form is impeccable.
Murray kicks to Harris. Pass to Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Martin with it, headed by Augustine. Now here's Barton. Defense right on him. Out to Harris. Three-pointer. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Orlando leading. Now a timeout called by Orlando. And Paul Millsap absolutely loves an unselfish style of play.
Well, he firmly believes that everything good starts with 5 guys willing to give up the basketball to get a better shot, going from good shot to better shot, and willing to get the open guy the ball. For Millsap, that's both fun to watch and fun to be part of.
Bamba is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Trey Lyles checked in for the Nuggets. Jokic with the steal. Lays it up off the glass. Jokic has got 8. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Denver.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
The Nuggets have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Murray kicks to Lyles. Outside Millsap. Passes it to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Augustine against Murray. Augustine passes to Vucevic. Fournier in the corner. That 3 off the mark. The Nuggets trail. Elbow shot is on the way. Good on the jump shot. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
Can't give Harris any breathing room from the mid-range. He's excellent in that space.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ken Burch is checked in for Vucevic. Ross comes in for Aaron Gordon. Markelle Fultz is checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Grant against Murray. He kicks to Millsap. Pass to Lyles. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by the Magic. Now here's Fultz. He has 6. Over Harris. Offensive rebound. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Murray against Grant. Murray the pass to Lyles. Basket good. Lyles got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Fultz. Sweet little floater. And the Magic lead by 1.
And you got to clog up the clear lanes to the basket. You can't give him room to operate. When you do, Fultz scorches you with his speed.
Now here's Murray. 8 points for him. Jokic with it, And here's Harris from the arc. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Fultz. He's got 8. Here's Ross. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Lyles got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the pass to Jokic. Murray outside. Kicks it to Millsap. Back to Murray. Stolen by Grant. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him. Martin's checked in for Orlando. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Ross. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Miami. Grant the pass to Bamba. Fultz kicks to Grant. Just 5 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Ross for 3. Morris with the rebound. Denver's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Outside Thomas. And the 3 off target. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Grant, it's deflected. They get it back. Goes back up. Here's Martin. Pass to Fultz. And Bamba now top of the key. Back to Fultz. Over Thomas. And Fultz gets it to go. Fultz has got 4 this quarter.
Having now been a head coach for 5 full years, 2 years with the Kings, 3 with the Nuggets, Malone's had his fill of inexperienced rosters and has done a reasonably good job with them.
Now here's Thomas. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the right side. And the 3 ball is good. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Well, Orlando shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Thomas. Now Fultz. 10 points for him. Tries a 3. Plumlee with the rebound. And it's great to see how Malone's been able to develop these young players.
Yeah, it sure is, because I think the players have a lot of respect for him. They play hard for him, certainly. And they see he's willing to make adjustments. I think he does a nice job adapting his style to his personnel.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed, kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Now here's Plumlee. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game, and it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Orlando making a change here. Isaac's checked in. And Denver with a change here too. Porter's checked in for Trey Lyles. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Magic. Here's Fultz. The Magic again can't hit. Thomas finds Porter and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nuggets lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment from the Amway Center.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They look like a more focused team in the second quarter, and what was an early deficit for them has turned into a 3-point lead at the break. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. The strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Trey Lyles, what a contribution.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Denver, Harris and Barton, the 2 wings. Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. Now here is Harris. This one for 3. And it's Jamal Murray with the 3. Murray's got the first field goal of the second half for the Nuggets.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
To the paint, here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Murray dishes to Harris. Jokic against Vucevic. Jokic kicks to Millsap. Passes it to Murray. Barton in the corner. Takes a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 6 assists now in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Murray. 90 seconds now into the second half. Harris with it. Defended now by Fournier. 14 feet away. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can give you the handbook for being an outstanding second-round pick because he's really pretty good at just about everything you need to do on the basketball court.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Millsap kicks to Barton. Shoots over Isaac. Misses off the left iron. The Magic trail by 7. Here's Gordon, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Can't ignore Millsap's defensive instincts. Excellent timing, rising up to block shot.
And that one's good, Jokic.
Good ball movement, wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Back to Fournier. The Magic again can't hit.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
Second free throw, no good. And here in Orlando, the Magic are the only pro team in town. You can tell that the fans want a winner badly.
Well, they show up consistently, even through the tough and lean times, and they've come close a few times in the history of this franchise, but have never quite gotten over that hump. They've had some stars and elite teams in the past, but the long-term success just hasn't been sustained.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, Murray is clearly a shoot-first guy who can really fill it up. This is a big-time bucket getter.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now here's Isaac. Martin defending. Murray against Augustine. He kicks to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Vucevic trying to get open. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 7 points.
And Gordon is a guy who's used to being bodied. I mean, he just kind of plays through it, shrugging off the contact and ignoring it, really.
Denver calls timeout. And the Denver Nuggets, look at their improvement last year, Clark, especially on their home court.
Yeah, you know, they owned the NBA's 4th best home record last season, Kevin. Went 31-10, and, you know, some of it obviously is the altitude, but also when you've got younger players, they play better at home because they're not quite emotionally mature enough to be consistent on the road yet.
Now here's Barton. 5 points in the game. Murray outside. Knocked away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Orlando has possession. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Orlando. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. A wide open look here for Vucevic. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Now here's Millsap. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Harris's shot is off. The Magic trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Isaac. Now Vucevic. Jokic with the steal. Here's Millsap. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Over in the corner, Isaac. Knocks down the 3 ball. Isaac's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella. And he shoots it with confidence.
Jokic passes to Murray. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
Throw good, Murray. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
And so Murray nails both of them.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release, mark it up.
Augustine against Murray. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And now Orlando on the break. Augustine's running. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Look at Jonathan Isaac. He was drafted 6th overall in 2017 as a bit of a project. Had a growth spurt late, so he has a tall frame that still needs to fill out and get stronger, but he's got a lot of potential. Pretty skilled for a big guy. Great physical tools, but needs some refinement.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Ross is checked in for Evan Fournier, and it's Grant in for Augustine. That's good from Isaac. And they feel down in Orlando, Clark, that Isaac has a lot of upside with his game.
And I concur with that, Kevin. I mean, this guy is long, he's athletic, he's got some versatility in his game, can put the ball on the floor. He could be comparable to a Giannis Antetokounmpo as he develops. Again, I don't like to always compare players one to another, but he's got that kind of look and potential about him.
And here is Ross after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Here's Vucevic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Jokic high post. Vucevic on him. Jokic kicks to Hernangomez. That three off the mark. The Magic trail by 7. Right wing. A good look from Vucevic. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Outside Thomas. Back to Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jokic. Denver gets it back, and Plumlee kicks to Murray. The pass to Jokic over Gordon, and Jokic with the basket on the assist by Murray. Murray's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Thomas, no good.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Grant surveying the D. On the wing, Gordon hits the three-point bomb. Gordon's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Grant against Murray. Vucevic with the block.
Hey, that expansive reach of Vucevic's really helps him on the defensive end. He uses that length to really bother the confidence of shooters.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, I think the defense flat out gave up. I mean, didn't even try to get back into the picture on that fast break finish.
Here's Thomas following the bucket by Orlando. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Thomas got 5.
And, you know, the attitude of Thomas is aggressive and assertive, and he does not let good defense dissuade him.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
Bamba is checked in for the Magic. Fultz comes in for Jonathan Isaac. The Nuggets making a switch here. Orlando moving the ball around. Pass to Ross. On the wing, Gordon. Covered by Lyons. And it's Gordon missing. Grant against Morris. passes it to Lyles. Here's Leiden. He's guarded by Ross. They get the rebound. Plumlee, the pass to Leiden. Open jump shot off the mark. The Magic trail by 4. Volts kicks to Grant. The basket good off the assist from Volts. Volts has got 3 assists in the game. Denver's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year.
Here are the Magic now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Grant kicks to Gordon. Shoots over Lyles. And it's Gordon missing.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now, here's Grant. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Fultz with the ball. Morris is there. Pass to Thomas. Here's Leiden. It's good. Now it's a 6-point Nugget lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
.144 left in the third quarter. Outside Thomas. He feeds it to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Here's Bamba after the Nuggets pick up 2. Misses from short range. Morris inside, working on Grant. Morris, no good. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Ross passes to Fultz. High, arcing shot. Bamba kicks to Ross. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Fultz with the ball. He's against Morris to the left side wing. Now the pass to Ross. Can they get it? And he comes up with the deuce. Ross has got 8.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
35 seconds left to play in the third. Morris passes to Lyles. It's rebounded by Fultz. The Magic trail by 6. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count. And it's 6 points for Jaren Grant. Here's Thomas. And he hits the jump shot.
This is where IT gets you. Going downhill. Everybody's momentum heading that direction, and he stops and pops.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Nuggets on top, up 5. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt, and it's Fultz in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Bamba. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now here's Thomas. Harris, right side. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
You can tell Gary Harris is thinking of firing that shot even as the pass is coming his way.
Back to Gordon. It's stolen by Lyles. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. DJ Augustine picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The first one falls.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. And Denver also making a switch. Jokic is checked in. And Harris drops them both. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
Now here's Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Vucevic. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Thomas against Augustine. Barton finds Millsap. No good that time. And Orlando will come the other way. The feed to Gordon. And stolen by Barton. And here we go. It's stolen by Vucevic. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Back to Fournier. Vucevic up top. All sorts of time. And the shot falls short this time.
And, you know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, that was not a good effort. Pitiful.
And stolen by Fournier. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. High post Vucevic. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got 6 assists in the game. The Nuggets leading by 6. It's Barton on the wing, defended by Gordon. Barton dishes to Millsap, and that one good.
And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
And Augustine kicks to Bamba. Fournier against Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Gary Harris.
Like to see Fournier drawing contact on his shots. I mean, he's a crafty player who gives defenses a lot of problems.
Two shots.
The first one falls.
We take a look here at Evan Fournier, mostly out there for offense, guys. Has a good deep game as he has impressive career numbers from the 3-line. For the amount he scores as a wing player, I think he's pretty efficient.
Isaac's checked in for Gordon. And a switcher also for Denver. Murray's checked in for Thomas. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for Fournier, good from deep, as you said, Clark, especially on catch and shoot shots.
Well, he's a reliable scorer, Kevin, and in large part due to how diverse his offensive game is. I mean, he can get a shot for himself or others, and he can work off the dribble or off the catch. He's not a big name, but this is a guy who will continue to get double digits for you when you give him sufficient playing time.
From downtown, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Now here's Murray. Out left to the wing. Millsap passes to Harris. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Denver.
Well, you look at Isaac, and all you think he needs to do is add some weight. He's got terrific skills and a promising future.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class.
Take a break.
He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
That's good from Isaac.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Harris with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They've led by as much as 10. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And that will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And that's 15 points for Gary Harris.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. It's good. This game is all even.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Murray against Augustine. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Martin in the corner, beyond the arc. Rebound by the Magic. Bomber's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Fournier. Again, the Magic score.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Murray against Augustine. Murray kicks to Harris. Pass to Jokic. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. Martin. It's hauled in by the Magic. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now, here's Fournier. Here's Vucevic. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive.
Two
and
shots.
they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Barton kicks to Murray. Down low, here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 8 now on the night.
So many different ways that Gary Harris can burn you. Spotting up, slashing inside, creating. It's really pick your poison with him.
Now here is Augustine. The dish to Vucevic. Passes it to Isaac. And it's Vucevic missing.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Augustine, that's good.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now here's Millsap. Barton outside. Kicks to Murray. At the elbow, it's Harris. Back to Murray. Inside, Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And so here's Orlando. They lead by 1. Augustine passes to Vucevic. A floater doesn't go that time.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And that one's good. Millsap. And here's Augustine. Pass to Isaac. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Gordon's checked in for Bamba. Vucevic down low. Jokic defending. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Millsap attacking. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And now a 3-point Nugget lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Augustine. Outside Fournier. He kicks it to Gordon. And stolen by Barton. Jokic passes to Murray. And that one drops for him. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's Augustine bringing it up now for the Magic. The pass to Vucevic. Now here's Isaac. Barton defending. Millsap with the steal. Now here's Jokic. Inside. Barton kicks to Millsap. Over Gordon. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Barton. 18 points for Millsap.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And Vucevic is just a gamer. Somebody who accepts the responsibility of coming up big when his team needs it.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Back to Murray. Over Augustine. Hits the front of the rim and out.
shots.
And the first one drops.
Boy, tell you what, on offense, Vucevic is as talented as they come for a big guy. Has the ability to post up as well as shoot from the mid-range area. And that combination makes him a hard cover.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Denver calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He told them, hey, they're ready to give up. We're close to winning this game, but we're not done yet. I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well he got the point across.
Murray against Augustine. Jokic finds Millsap. Murray with it. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assist. Millsap's got 3 assists in the game. The Magic trail by 5. To the wing right side. Here's Vucevic, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim, and it's the Nuggets ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Magic have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And the foul on Jamal Murray. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Two shots.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
And, you know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
And so he makes both from the line.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Here's Murray up on top, guarded by Augustine. Here's Millsap. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
You've got to be more physical than that against Millsap. He's good at fighting his way through contact on the way up.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. There's 1:34 left in the fourth quarter. .130 left to play here in the fourth. And it's sent back by Jokic. Millsap looking it over. And here's Harris from the arc. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. Millsap's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Magic trail by 10. Augustine with it. Pass to Vucevic. Over Jokic. That one rolling around and rims out.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Denver.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And, you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jokic.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're behind by 12. 26 seconds left in the fourth. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fournier with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And in a relatively short time, Fournier has really increased his role in the league. I mean, he's a player you have to guard and keep an eye on at all times.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. 17 seconds left in the game. Fournier against Harris. Passes it to Morris. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.